Rolling.
Catch This Guy podcast.
Boats and hoes.
This is a welcome back. It's been a while. I haven't had a microphone in my face in a long time. What was the last thing you had in your face?
I can tell you haven't had one because it took a very long time to teach you how to use one again.
There's
Boats and hoes.
I don't have any slack here. Can I get more slack here?
You cannot get more slack there. It's why T told you where to sit before we got started.
Get around on the
You
side.
sat in the part that gives you the least amount of slack.
There you go. There you go, Chief.
I don't know how any of this stuff works. We're in a brand new studio. I don't know. You want to christen it with a name?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us this evening from our new studio, as of yet unnamed. It's not the Love Shack. We'll come up with something clever, though. Dick, thank you for having us.
Yeah, I thought I was just going to be giving you guys some podcast equipment, and here we are.
No. Here we are.
Next thing I know, there's a cat coming into the studio. The garage door is broken.
What was the cat's name? Nubs?
Nubs.
Fantastic.
Nubs.
So Saif and I had the pleasure of meeting Nubs upon our arrival, so that was wonderful.
Yeah.
We have
Nubs manages the studio. It's the studio manager.
We have an unreleased cat episode out there somewhere, right?
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Someday, maybe someday, yeah.
It ain't good.
There's a reason it was unreleased, right?
True story.
Pussy.
So, welcome back, everybody. I'm happy to be here. For those of you joining us for the first time ever, or the first time in a long time, since we haven't released an episode in, 6 months?
Longer than that, but yeah, let's say 6 months.
Yeah, let's just say 6 months. I am your host, Sweet Tea. This is the Catch This Guy podcast. Tonight, I am joined by both Saif and Dick Francisco, and all of you listening.
Back in the house.
Back in the house. And tonight, we are going to catch everybody up on what's been transpiring over the last 6 months, not only with ourselves, but in the world. Give you a preview of what the show is going to look like moving forward, and hopefully have a good fucking time. So where do we start?
You already said the F word. Remember that time we tried to do this without doing that?
Oh, that was your thing. That was your thing.
That was my thing.
That was
Yeah.
your thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you can stick to that. Nobody's putting a gun to your head.
No, we just realized we've got to, what do you have to do? Code this episode now for mature audiences or something?
Yeah,
Got
it gets a little E. It gets a little E next to it.
Got a little E. Explicit.
Do we lose members of an audience that we have the potential to reach?
You aren't reaching anybody with your inability to use your whole setup over there.
Anyway, getting back to the business of the day. What's new? Anybody want to start? Do I need to start? I flipped a house. I moved back to this fucking city. Jesus Christ. So I cleared like 30 grand on that thing. And for anybody listening, that's a decent amount of money considering the fucking place was bought for 67. So houses aren't expensive in Erie, Pennsylvania.
That was what I wanted you to clarify because you can't buy a storage unit for that in Arizona.
Yeah, it was a 1,400 square foot house, 3 bed, 1 bath, hardwoods, no AC, but garage, driveway, fenced in backyard.
Do you even really need AC?
It's heating up out there.
It's getting warm. I thought Erie was part of my escape plan.
Well, Erie is going to be good because it's going to be in the perfect new temperate zone, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to the world burning down part of this episode.
I can't wait. Winter in Arizona has sucked.
Yeah, right?
It's awful.
Yeah. It started on fire ASAP. I like a good fire.
Yeah, let's just heat it up now.
Warm up my hands. I'm
I
about
saw
to
that.
start a fire in this room.
Saw that in the backyard. It was nice fireplace.
Just don't use that under the roof, please.
So if my voice
'Cause I
goes
saw the-
out, that That's because I'm not.
That's because you're not putting your mouth in the microphone.
This thing is just. I guess I'm not used to having things in my mouth.
Oh.
We were trying to decide where the labia was, and
Decide. Like we were going to make up a new spot for it, I guess.
Sounds about right. Medical science
That's
happening.
not
That's how
the
medical science
research.
takes place. Okay.
Well,
Did you guys try to find it on each other first?
No,
Oh,
because
okay.
what I established was I know where the clitoris is.
Okay.
And I've just been hitting that thing like Dr. Dre for the past, 15, 20 years or whatever. And it's gotten me pretty far.
Contrary to popular belief, that's not a hard thing to do because it is quite large.
Okay, well, I'm still doing it. Okay, I can't speak for everybody else.
It's kind of hard to miss it, actually. But
Or the
keep going.
labia. Mm-hmm. It's under a hood, so you have to kind of go searching
Were
for
there
it a little bit.
multiple hoods?
What?
There's kind of one.
And this is my confusion. As they're all different in their own unique way. And people's nerves are different.
Yeah, and your definition of hood, I mean, I've seen some large lips, you know what I'm saying? The lips alone, that could be a whole second hood.
Different than a hood. Sure, kind of like your car has doors and it has a hood. You wouldn't call a very large, long car door a hood.
But positionally...
/ the trunk is never the hood.
Positionally, you know what I'm saying? It's...
The hatchback, never going to be the hood, T.
I mean, I see.
They don't put them on backwards.
I see where she's going with this, but men
It was
are
so clever.
stupid.
I didn't even know what it was.
But men are stupid, so it's all just a hood.
As you guys are proving to us, that's science.
I mean, I'm smart about certain things. There's scientific. I couldn't even explain my slap tears. That's new. I'm going to bring it over here.
The slap tears. All right.
Okay.
How long was it until Saif mentioned his slap tear?
I'm in
I just want
pain.
to throw this out on the table that I gave up floor seats at the ASU basketball game tonight.
Who did play?
Against UCLA to be
Okay.
here
Time
with you
stamp it.
guys.
Well, we love you too, Dick. So
It's about 6:30 on a Wednesday,
January 17th.
17th.
There it is.
in 2024.
We just celebrated MLK
right.
Day, 31st.
2020.
March on West at ASU West.
So I was thinking about this relative to holidays, like federal, national holidays in this country. And is MLK Day the only one that specifically honors a human being, like their birthday, aside from, like a single human being aside from Jesus?
Oh, yes. There's one other one.
I had no idea where you were going with that.
Because it doesn't.
Who else gets a federal holiday for their birthday? So President's Day, even though it might mark a birthday, we're celebrating all the President's Day. It's not called George Washington Day.
Okay, so that's where I was going with it, because wasn't it previously Washington and Lincoln Day? Weren't there? Was there? Or am I having a Mandela effect here? Wasn't Washington's Day a thing?
I'm not sure in my lifetime, but and like Columbus Day, not really a thing anymore. We call that something else now.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Oh, that was a cue to safe though, but fine. Thanks, T.
I'm the ethnic one
The
here.
white
so
woke
that
man
sounds
said it.
Well,
The only reason I'm able to do this is
I know. The indigenous one was on indigenous time.
right? Jesus Christ!
Got it. Jeez. All right. Playing that token role well over there.
I mean, you guys are just so rapid fire.
Yeah. So you're still trying to figure out what that is in front of your face. It's a microphone. So, and craziest thing, when you talk in it, I can hear you and it's recording. So I couldn't think of another holiday. Flag Day, Arbor Day, Labor Day, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Black Friday,
Jesus Christ?
Juneteenth,
When is President's Day?
February.
Is it okay? So, God damn it!
February 20th. Sounds right.
Right? Yeah. So
Put it in February. I'm in trivia mode.
So President's Day is off of Washington's birthday.
Yeah, but why do we not call it George Washington Day like MLK Day?
I thought we did at one point.
No, we call it President's Day. So that was my only thing, was we lumped in all the presidents. So what do we do on President's Day? Well, who do we honor that day?
It's George Washington.
I think we honor mattress companies for mattress sales personally, but
Jesus, they're always having a sale. It's
Always
a trick.
having a
people.
mattress sale.
It's a trick.
But MLK,
Everything's always 50% off.
like MLK, you're supposed to like acknowledge it's MLK's birthday. I just didn't think there was any other than Jesus.
God damn it. According to the National Archives, George Washington's birthday is celebrated as a federal holiday on the third Monday in February. It is one of 11 permanent holidays established by Congress. I'm reading this on archives.
Ask why it's not called
archives.gov.
George Washington Day. Why is it called President's Day if it's for his birthday?
I'm reading
It
now.
was a merger.
Is it because did he invent president since he was our first president?
Contrary to popular belief, neither Congress nor the president has ever stipulated that the name of the holiday observed as Washington's birthday be changed to President's Day.
Oh, wow. We just did it.
Yeah. So, in fact, I think
So why don't we just stop doing that and start calling it George Washington Day? Right here, right now.
Okay, Washington's birthday was celebrated on February 22nd until well into the 20th century. However, in 1968, Congress passed the Monday holiday law to provide uniform annual observances of certain legal public holidays on Mondays. By creating more 3-day weekends, Congress hoped to bring substantial benefits to both the spiritual and economic life of the nation. One of the provisions of this act changed the observance of Washington's birthday from February 22nd to the third Monday in February.
Wow.
Ironically, this guaranteed the holiday would never be celebrated on Washington's actual birthday, as the third Monday in February cannot fall any later than February 21st.
Right. Wow.
And as I said, contrary to popular belief, neither Congress nor the president has ever stipulated that the name of the holiday observed as Washington's birthday be changed to President's Day. So I don't know what y'all are celebrating in February, but I'm still celebrating Washington's birthday.
That can never even be on his birthday.
Consider yourself educated,
All right.
motherfuckers.
This
There
is
it
the
was.
Catch the Sky podcast. We are back. It has been a long time.
Oh, yeah. If you want to find us on like Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or anything, you can just search for Catch the Sky podcast. We're on Twitter at CTS Terry or X. Oh, it's called X now.
Do we want to still be on X? That's my question.
I have not posted anything on there in a very, very long
Are we
time.
mad at Elon at all? Do we have any grievances?
Maybe.
If Elon Musk was here, what would you say to him?
I would ask him if he really has the best interests of humanity at heart.
So, let's go.
That's
I would
it.
ask him why Tesla drivers suck at parking so bad.
Right?
I've been trying to strengthen my core. I still got the back issues, the hip labrum still,
Okay.
but end of the slap tears.
Yeah, just give us your physical rundown. That's what I want to hear right now.
Well, here's what I would say to Elon. I was like, how can you help improve this? I think my struggle is that
That's the only thing. You have one question,
Yeah,
one
like what-
wish with the
My
genie.
slap tears. Elon,
What
let
are
me
you
tell you
doing
about my
for
slap
me?
tears. All right.
I feel like he knows he's supposed to. I don't know.
I hope you become a Make-A-Wish kid and get to do that someday.
Without surgery, I would do it in a second. I would prefer surgery's like a 3-month
You
thing.
sound like you're on a fast track to that Make-A-Wish.
I mean, I'm more willing to get the paperwork at least. I'll read through the paperwork. I'll
Okay.
tell you what, that's
fair. That's
I'll
fair.
entertain the idea.
Okay. We'll help you fill it out.
But
Someone's going to have to sign off as your parental guardian, I'm sure.
I don't know. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No one's trying to talk.
The floor
That's just you.
is yours.
Yeah. All eyes are on you right now.
Would you like to do a show?
We're doing one right now.
Doing it right here.
We're back. We are back.
I had to remind
on
him.
his face, yeah, just now.
Wow.
Holy
I
shit.
assume this thing will be edited at some point. I don't know what will be done. I think this is.
We're on you right now, and apparently you're a hot physical mess at
Yeah. Yep.
at whatever age you're at now, early 40s.
And this is
That was polite.
another topic at some point I'd like to talk about is my fallibility. I think the older I get, I want to have this conversation more. I don't want to be morbid though,
Okay.
but I feel myself getting weaker, and I know that, right? And I know it's a part of the whole process.
I feel like there are some episodes that we might need to go back to in the Catch the Sky
Archives. We got archives.
That would acknowledge that at your age right now, this is not a conversation. You are not in a degrading state simply because you are aging. This is a choice. I'm fairly certain I might have been a guest on an episode where we talked about diet and nutrition. If not, happy to do one of those, but I want you to reach out right now and grab onto your own personal accountability and hold on tight, because this is up to you.
I know that we have some very, very dedicated listeners. One who may have been featured on the unreleased cat episode that would definitely have some input as far as the diet angle goes as well.
Okay, T, what are your health ailments? Let's go.
Are we only doing health ailments? I didn't want to spend my time on health ailments.
Okay, you don't have to spend your time on health ailments.
Yeah.
I have a belching issue that I don't find to be an issue that other people do.
Right.
I belch a lot. I don't think that's a health concern.
Well, anybody that listens...
I think it's good for you.
Yeah, I think it's because I intake a lot of air, and that's because I talk a lot.
Anybody that listens to this show knows that we're fans. I'm a fan.
I know, and we're keeping it under control, T. That's why other people might consider it an issue and feel like our health is compromised.
Well, here's the thing. I'm only going to hold back so much for our listeners anymore.
Fair.
Right?
That's fair.
So you're just going to have to accept that there's going to be some belching every now and then.
Maybe you should edit an episode that is
Only belches?
Belches, like one with belches and then one without. Kind of like how people would edit and censor an episode to remove all the swear words.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should just do one with and without. Yeah.
I should do that sometime. I should release an unedited episode and then release the final version and show you guys all the bullshit that gets cut out.
Yeah.
I
Director's cut.
Make sure it's played at my funeral. All right, I'm gonna belch.
Not necessary.
No, that's perfect because it wasn't me or you.
And both are true statements.
All right.
That was garlicky.
All right, so Saif, go on.
Why me? What is your show?
Okay. All right. I flipped a house.
Okay.
I invested a decent amount of money in the market, bought a second car for the time being, the hybrid vehicle. I've been thoroughly enjoying that. I have adopted a third dog. So now I have 2 trauma beagles. So anybody that wants to check out our tinfoil hats episode regarding the Invigo beagles, they can get caught up on their whole backstory. So instead of having 1 trauma beagle from that situation, I now have 2, which has really been problematic for the rug in the in the living room. That rug has been getting punished. I don't know if
Now I know it's a bayou.
I don't know if Lucy ever put the hurt on that thing, but the bagels are definitely going to town on it.
No, I didn't hoard dogs, T. Goodness.
Well, yeah,
I wasn't a dog hoarder.
But you had one. And it was had some special needs, right?
She did. She died on that rug, T.
Yeah, I know. So maybe So
Putting
now
it out there.
And now my dogs are pissing all over it.
That's basically what's going on.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Just literally pissing all over Lucy's grave. This is terrible.
Should we? I think that the rug should be repurposed as art, like a mural. You know what I mean? Like I think it.
How many animals are living there at the bro barn now?
Well, if you include the bros, 5.
I do. I include the bros.
8. Sorry, 8.
Frank is back.
Wow.
8. So yes, Frank is back. Pam Beagsley is back. Shout out to my latest addition, Sadie. And I got the fucking black cats, Wayne and Kiki. And
the bros.
Sadie, she's my number 1 lady.
She's kind of a bitch. But don't tell her I said that.
I think that T's he's gonna be modest here, and we're still getting back.
I'm not gonna be
T
modest.
took this road trip across the country where he schlepped 2 vehicles, one filled with cats and one filled with dogs. That's how he did it. I commend.
Oh yeah, to move
out.
down here. Yeah. So after I sold the house, obviously I had to get back here somehow. Second vehicle came into play, and my dad was kind enough to drive down with me.
Are you sampling any of the cuisine out there?
Oh boy.
What cuisine?
No, because he
The
can't
restaurants,
figure out
the
the difference
ethnic
between a labia and a hood.
No.
You know, we don't have
I've been
a
crushing.
Burmese restaurant. We don't have a Burmese restaurant.
I've been crushing a lot of In-N-Out Burger though. 2 animal style burgers today before my hike.
How'd you like my cooking?
Oh, it was good. That rice, spot on.
We had Thanksgiving dinner at my house tonight.
It was like chili and shawarma and rice.
Trader Joe's shawarma. It's not authentic.
Okay.
Our indigenous person isn't even using authentic for this.
Definitely not.
Such a
but he
fraud.
knows that there isn't a Burmese restaurant anywhere nearby, so he's
That
upset.
I do know. I went to Hawaii, and there was a Burmese restaurant in Hawaii, and it was the Bombazi, man. Let me tell you guys, this shit was good. So good.
Dick, what's been new since we last talked?
Yeah, it's been some time, guys.
Anything new in your life that you care to share?
I think I've been avoiding you guys.
You've been doing that very
Have I
successfully.
done a really good job of that?
You've been very successful.
Sorry,
so far.
elephant in the room.
Been doing great at that.
Okay, so yeah, not just you guys. No, I've been practicing and therefore proving. What does Saif like to acknowledge? That I'm very good at setting boundaries and taking care of myself through any of those times in life that you need that, which, pro tip, it's all the time. And yeah, I've chilled out. I'm slowing down to speed up and, just acknowledging being grateful in life and making some really, really thoughtful decisions in everything that I do. And it's required a significant amount of patience of the people in my life. And I've been grateful for that. I was grateful for you guys saying that you'd be patient with me, and here we are. So thank you. I'm enjoying this experience with you guys.
Tea's about to come.
Can we edit that out? Honest. All I'm over here trying to do is acknowledge that my outlook on life has been
I love that laugh.
humility,
I love that laugh.
to be humble.
You missed that laugh?
Goodness.
That was fantastic. Yeah, no, it's interesting though.
We just had a moment right there. I just felt that. I feel better now.
That
It was all hostile when I came in here, man.
that conversation about boundaries and stuff
Yeah.
reminded me of one I was having earlier today. And the individual was discussing being able to set boundaries with others in their personal life, but setting those boundaries because they knew how they would react to, say, a certain individual's presence or behavior or whatever. So they set boundaries to not be around that person as much, whatever. And I was like, wait till the episode where you learn to say no. You don't have to be peer pressured by everybody all the time and just set up boundaries because you can't control yourself. Like, fucking learn some self-control. That's all.
Well, and I think it's finding purpose beyond self. And I think, I was having an interesting conversation with somebody the other day where I had asked him at what point in his life did he learn, like really, really, not superficially, but actually feel and acknowledge in feeling that you had a purpose beyond yourself. And his answer to me was 30 years old. And now I will tell you, some people never realize they have a purpose beyond their self. Other people will say they know their purpose beyond themselves, but as soon as you start talking to them, their purpose becomes very self-serving. And it's not about being selfish or not being selfish. It's acknowledging that in our most humble state, humility is everything. That when you come from that place, nothing can get you. Nothing can get you when it's not about you. And that's just a very different place in life to operate from. And it has chilled me out. It has made me a better servant to people. And so that's what I've been up to. So thanks for being patient with me, that I didn't have time to just dick around with you guys on microphones every week.
I know, yeah. Based on Saif's performance so far,
Yeah.
I could see why.
And here's what I'll say. I do think the opportunity exists through this medium to reach people in a meaningful, purposeful way. Mm-hmm. And it might be either of your purposes. It really might. At this stage, I don't know if it's mine, but that's for me to decide when I start to, again, put myself aside.
I mean, I don't necessarily, it would be cool if this is my purpose, calling in life, whatever, but I definitely feel like I've been trying to operate from that mindset of like, I'm very insignificant in the cosmic scale of things. Yeah. So
you do not matter.
Yeah. So it doesn't mean that I can't, live with purpose. I can still live with purpose, but like at the end of the day, like it doesn't fucking matter. Like I don't matter. I will be gone at some point, and everything I did will probably go with it, except for maybe this podcast.
Yeah. No, and it's such a strange thing for our heads to like, people think it's morbid. People think that it's self-deprecating to make that acknowledgement of I do not matter. And so maybe those aren't the right words for us to use, but that idea that as soon as you acknowledge that this isn't about you, you are the insignificant vessel. You can only serve from a place of how do I serve others? Because the reality is if we were all doing that, you'd get just as much service as you need because everyone would be servicing you. I know that sounds strange.
I really wish they were.
Hey, maybe you should stop focusing on yourself so much, T, and you might get serviced.
Oh, God. I've been buying so much peanut butter and just putting Frank to work, and I could have just been listening.
So back to purpose. Frank knows his.
Oh, yeah. Frank's known his purpose since day one.
Yeah. See, animals don't struggle with it the same way we do.
Oh, I mean, anytime I tell...
Because Frank isn't doing that because he likes it. He's doing it because you like it.
Anytime I meet anybody, I tell them, Frank, I live for Frank, so I have no idea what I'm going to do when he's gone.
I'll be there to help you.
I'll be saving a ton on peanut butter, I'll tell you
There
that.
you go. Yeah.
Holy shit. So
that's what I've been up to, T.
Well, all right. So here's what I've been up to. Piggybacking off of that idea, and we'll use it as a segue into AI here shortly.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I want to get caught up on what's going on in the world globally. I've been thinking about what I'm going to do when Frank's gone, right? He's going to be 6 this year, so I bet I got to be open-minded to that idea that he's not going to be around forever. And I could clone him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'd be kind of cool because I would get a Frank with balls in that case, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's going to like come out ballless just because
I don't know why you need that, but...
No, because then I'm going to clone Pam.
Okay.
At some point.
And then you're going to breed them?
Oh, it'd be fantastic. And then I would, but then I would have their offspring and I wouldn't need to continue cloning dogs because that's really expensive. It's like $50,000 a dog.
Well, I know it's not incest. It still feels a little incestual.
Oh, the whole thing is a slap in the face of God.
That's like a parent. Yeah. That's like a parent with children, like adopted children that they forced to mate.
You've kept up with porn, right?
No, I haven't.
Come on, like what? You've
Do you not hear me?
I heard
became
you.
Very, very selfless.
Damn it. Well,
I don't even own a TikTok.
Taboo.
I don't know what a TikTok is.
Taboo porn was
Different than a Tic Tac.
Is there porn on TikTok?
Absolutely. Did you? Clearly, you weren't watching the South Park episode that we had on earlier.
I don't. But when you're around, I'll watch South Park. I put it on. I watched the Suns come back on the Kings.
But yes, I am.
Randy was putting his dick in a fucking energy
I don't
drink.
have to keep up with it to acknowledge that taboo has always been
Yeah.
hot,
Okay.
hot,
Exactly.
hot ticket.
Exactly. All right. So
I can still win some porn trivia, everybody.
Okay.
There was a death
what-
in the porn world. His name was Herschel Savage. Herschel Savage passed away in 2003. He was he was a funny, quirky porn star, man. Looked like rock.
To obituaries. How did we get back to Herschel Savage dying? Goodness.
Well, for porn trivia.
Golly.
Or for my porn trivia fans out there.
We
There you
forgot
go.
to mention him in our porn star episode.
Did we? Because I feel like Herschel had to have gotten a shout out in that episode.
I don't know. I don't think he did.
There's another porn star from.
This is like an
era.
asterisk to that
Yeah.
episode.
We're going to bring him back.
He was in a Las Vegas, like a retirement community.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do though. So say we could take all the video of Herschel. All right.
Okay.
And all the videos of Frank whenever he passes. And,
That's right. We're talking about
and all
This
of our
just got so weird.
and all of
Okay.
our loved ones, right? Okay.
Oh man, don't mix those all together. T.
You're gonna love where I'm going.
Okay,
with this,
where are
all
we
right?
going? Where are we
that
going?
VR thing you were talking about.
We're going, yes, to virtual reality.
Oh, okay.
So
What's the difference between virtual reality and augmented reality?
augmented is like an overlay of what is in front of you already.
Okay.
So like if we had augmented reality, you could have Safe's coconut penis water like
Yeah.
in an augmented reality. Like
I'm
it
thirsty.
wouldn't really be
I
here.
watched how they make all that.
But yeah, you could interact with it, but it's not actually
Got it.
there.
Okay.
Right. Yes,
Okay.
yes. VR is just totally imaginary, right?
Completely
it's not
imaginary.
imaginary,
Got
but
it.
like
Okay.
it's just the image in front of your face. There's no, and virtual is just a whole fantasy land. And so I saw recently that a virtual reality like software engineer had his dog passed away.
Okay.
Long story short, he took a 3D image of his dog and put it into a virtual reality beach that they never got to visit. So now he can go into this beach and go and see his dog that is sleeping on a blanket in the sand.
That's actually kind of fun.
Imagine if you could scale that up. And you could have your dog running around on the beach. You could have your dog come over, you could pet him, and you could actually like have him like sit in your lap and all those things. I feel like there's a market for this type of thing.
Absolutely, there is. It's like Total Recall. You get those experiences.
Peter North.
He died too?
I don't know. I thought that's who you were thinking of.
No. I don't.
He went from Total Recall to Peter North.
Well, the three
Jamie
boobs.
Gillis?
Yeah. No.
The three.
Would it help? He was black.
Oh,
This looks very tantalizing, ladies.
oh boy.
You are the indigenous.
Yeah, you're supposed to know the black.
I'm allowed to
you're
say that.
You're supposed to know the black porn stars.
I know. That's why I'm mad that I don't.
I can only name the white ones.
I thought you were into black porn.
We edit that.
Yeah, there was a moment, actually. Came out of the living room.
Sweet
So now I
Jesus.
just stole the indigenous card. Got it.
You talked about the household you grew up in,
Yeah.
and I would say that's like an indigenous way of. It's not the majority, right? It's
I was so unaware of where you were going with that. You talked about the household you grew up in after we just talked. Okay. Yep. So what have I told you about the household I grew up in that is related to this conversation?
I think what I'm envisioning is the methodology that your parents employed as a teaching method
Okay.
followed a non-traditional, maybe a different type of tradition. It just the morality, the values, the component, all of that was kind of counter to my Western existence where I squatty pottied.
Yeah. It wasn't about us.
Yeah.
It wasn't about us.
And
I learned that very early on as a child.
And that
It's not about me. The world doesn't revolve around me.
it's going to revolve around AI, which is what we're discussing. Yeah, virtual reality.
and experiences.
Yes.
Fair enough. No, but I forget. I think I was still on the black porn thing.
So, okay. So, sorry, Mom. So, if have any of you seen Chicken Run, the movie?
You showed it to me years ago.
God, yeah.
I don't remember ever watching it because I recently watched it.
I feel like
And Chicken Run 2 just came out.
Is this it's made in the similar vein of like Wallace and Gromit,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay,
So Chicken Run 2 recently came out, and I won't, no spoiler alerts on this one. I won't ruin it for anybody, but I highly suggest it. But there was this whole, like they're automating things, and, the chickens are like, oh my God, we're going to die and get turned into pot pies or something, right? Or chicken nuggets. I think this one's chicken nuggets. I think the first one's pot pies. The second one is chicken nuggets. And the lead chicken character, Ginger, they put this collar on all these chickens, and they crank up their like happy-o-meter and like da 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 da, and they're just like sedated. And her like will beyond that, just like her foundation is so strong, they're having a hard time getting her to flip into this, what would be perceived as a very virtual reality AI, sedated state, because she's so grounded. I wonder about that. Where I'm going with this is, Saif, when you talk about like how I was raised and it's so ingrained in me, right? Will people like me and indigenous people who don't have this type of exposure, you guys know my limited exposure to social media and just all of that stuff, that I just don't live in that world, will it be harder for that to expose me or penetrate me? Gosh, I'm looking for other words other than these ones. Yikes. That for me versus, say, you calling yourself this, babied Western child, or how you were raised, will AI and virtual reality and all of those things just grab a hold of us a lot easier?
I've already found it to be very entertaining.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Does it suck you in?
It feels powerful.
Okay.
And maybe that's the echo chamber behind me.
Sure.
Touting it for stock shares and stock holdings.
And maybe you're just more vulnerable to the echo chamber.
And I also didn't want to start a Facebook page, but because of the you're trying to keep up with friends and family, and that's the link. Right?
And I'm glad you did, because it's real helpful sometimes.
And honestly, I run across somebody every now and then. I'm like, oh my God, yeah. Eddie or somebody, yeah. It's like, holy
Eddie,
right? Remember Eddie
Herschel?
I got Eddie Price die.
I got
in
way
the
too
last
much
year.
Man City stuff in my feed. I got to tune down the man. Just tone that down. Make Facebook local. So here's what my pledge. If I'm going to own this social media, I'm going to try to be responsible with it. And its intended purpose is to keep up with friends and family. That's what it should be. So I got to tune out all the ads, and all the likes.
But that's still very, in your control. What I think T is bringing up is AI and virtual reality. Will you even know when it gets you? Will you even know when it got you?
And if it does, I want it to be a padded room.
I already hear you talk to some voice in your house and tell it to play music and turn off. And
my neighbor was laughing at me because I was trying to get it to call my phone because I couldn't find it. It was in the bathroom.
The point that Tristan Harris made was that AI will just overcome our greatest weaknesses and just pin us against each other. I mean, we're idiots. Like, we're just stupid monkeys, and so it's just going to keep... it's going to keep treating us as such. And it's going to keep playing tricks on us. It's going to keep sucking us in with its cute little distractions. ChatGPT and this updated version of Nintendogs that I'm working on.
Did you guys see a new Planet of the Apes is coming out?
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I am so
I think I heard something about that.
I'm also interested in this GEICO caveman commercial. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm interested.
Jesus. So the whole point being is this going to be a legitimate threat? And there are so many more educated, well-versed podcasts that discuss this, but just wanted to get your...
We're the real source, though, where we have all the information just as readily available to us. And that's what AI is bringing us. It's bringing readily made information tailored in the... It's scoured the internet. It's gone through all the best Wikipedia news sources, and it's given you a pretty damn credible answer.
Well, if you can't keep up with it, what is the incentive to try and learn anything anymore?
Well, we should be learning different things then. It's not about us. Where is this spaceship taking us? I don't know where we're going. And we've already admitted that, our power is limited. We can only affect those around us.
What if it's like Monsters, Inc.?
I love that movie.
What if AI becomes all powerful and everything, but it doesn't have feelings, and it can't have feelings, and it needs the energy of our love or our hate or our anger or our warring with each other, our bloodshed or our just bleh.
Wasn't that the theme in Ghostbusters too?
The second one. Yes.
Yeah,
the second one.
Ghostbusters
Yes. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'm writing down my list of movies
Sorry,
I need
when
to
you
catch
said
up on.
when you said Ghostbusters 2, I took it as like Ghostbusters as well.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
That's actually how I meant it.
That's what I thought. But the second
Boy.
Ghostbusters, yeah. Yes.
But then I realized I got it right. So I was like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Winning.
So AI, I think, is... we're just at the beginning of The Matrix or James Cameron's finest work.
So I think
Jimmy C.
I think you bring up an interesting question, because we immediately want to think in terms of good, bad, right, wrong, threat, or otherwise. And I guess that's where I don't know if I have an answer for you yet on whether I find it threatening, because I think there have been so many things that over time we've had to tackle and grapple in this world that might have been deemed scary, risky, threatening. I would say just, civilization in general and the way that this built society is very threatening, to say the way I was raised, Saif, right? All of these luxuries and these things. I have a cousin who grew up very similar to me. And so that luxury of poverty was real. And now he has several daughters of his own, and him and his wife do very, very well, and lots of, wealth comparatively. And he's struggling to figure out how to instill in his children the same foundational values that made him who he is, because his children won't struggle the same way he did. His children won't have the same experiences and foundation. And so I think there's lots of things that we can perceive as threats. And so this is just the next generation of it.
We fear change.
It really is. And I think we can try to make it grandiose and suggest that robots or aliens or AI is going to take over the world and kill us all. And certainly we can go down that path if we so choose. But plenty of things have been absolutely threatening to our civilization. And how are we still here then?
And AI should help us solve some of these problems. This is the other thing too. I think the potential for benefit is there. And that's why we continue down this hole.
Who do we trust?
Well,
what do we trust?
This is what we were discussing prior to this episode off air was...
Christ. We discussed a lot off air.
Well, but like the morality,
sure,
ethics. Of these, who's the ethics police when it comes to AI, right?
That's why I asked about Elon. What would you say to him?
And
Peter Thiel, what would you say to him? Sorry.
And I jokingly said, maybe we should put the Jews that are committing mass genocide in charge right now, because I think the AI would find that pretty fucking ironic, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Throughout our whole history, we've been a bunch of fuckheads, so we're never right, no matter what we do. Like, at one point, these people are being killed by the millions. It's an atrocity. And then here, they're doing the same thing to another group of people that are brown, and it's like...
So if we take a step back, if we're never right, what's the missing piece? What's the missing link?
Oh, there's no missing link.
It's because we keep trusting in ourselves as if we as humans know what's best.
Well,
as if we know what's right. And this is back to humility and purpose beyond self.
Humans
it is not us.
We're stupid.
It is not us, but we turn to ourselves as if we're the authority and know better. This world is bigger than us. This world is bigger than us. We didn't create this. This world is bigger than us.
But what if we created AI and AI is better than us? Then it becomes a whole oxymoron, because then it's like we made our own God that's better than us.
And is that really possible?
I think it's feasible if you feed it logic. Right.
So far, logic got us to the thing you just acknowledged of what we did millions of years ago, thousands of years ago, whatever date you want to put on it.
Right. So it's gotten us this far.
Are we above killing?
Are we above killing?
Yeah.
I guess the better question would be, why do we kill? Because we know that we're not as humans because we do it. So why do we do it? What compels us to kill? When you think you know better.
I want to say that when I hit 26, I stopped thinking that way.
I don't want to know about you prior to 26.
But recently,
It was all that rap music in the suburbs, wasn't it?
I definitely, Scarface didn't help. I'll tell you that
Scarface
right now.
definitely wasn't
Scarface
helping
did not
you.
help me
Yikes.
cope with how to handle a firearm properly in any way whatsoever. I can't blame Wu-Tang though, but I felt like I don't know why Wu-Tang is there, but it's probably Biggie.
But recently,
It ain't nothing to fuck with.
It's probably Pac. But so recently, there's
they got him all excited.
Oh, boy.
There's this troll in the neighborhood. It's a street person and doesn't, in my view of the world, doesn't serve any actually beneficial purpose.
I thought he was being
Just,
trolled, but he's calling this person a troll. Like just describing.
Is there a real life troll in your neighborhood?
There is.
I want to meet this troll.
He's a street urchin. He's a junkie. He probably peddles dope.
Yeah. Okay.
He peddles something. I'll tell
Okay.
you. And he pedals a bike. He doesn't have a car. He's a pigeon or he's a fly, perhaps. I don't know what his purpose is.
It's interesting that you use the term pigeon because I watched somebody run over a pigeon the other day and it exploded like a ketchup packet, and the image hasn't left my head since. But go on.
Jesus Christ. Let me tell you the problems with pigeons. Let me tell you why you should cheer that on.
Goodness.
They are like vermin. They can be like vermin, and they can do some serious health harms. They can cause some serious health issues, these pigeons.
You know, they
should
mate
not-
for life.
And I love that story. Wasn't that a chicken run?
You should get back to yours regarding the pigeon in your neighborhood.
They'll go after usually farms. They'll definitely go after farms. So they're just
No, I'm talking about the fucking street urchins.
Oh, what about where?
God.
I don't know who you are, sir.
But one, we hope you're listening.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Because we're going to be grateful and show gratitude beyond self. Yeah.
That's helpful.
So what about this guy?
He's just. I don't think he should be living. I don't think this person serves any reasonable purpose.
And why are you to decide that? You can see the bigger world as to what his purpose is. Maybe his purpose is to chill you out and make you have to think beyond yourself. Maybe he was put there for this very reason. You are the reason this man was manifested to exist. For you to learn a lesson.
Damn. But I just want to make friends with this guy. I do.
Or maybe he's just pissing his life away.
He can be doing both. He could be pissing his life away and be put there for Saif to learn a lesson.
Well, I'm not learning any lessons from the homeless around here.
Again, that's up to you. So a topic that I'd love to throw out there, because I do think that we are going to try to be respectful to our listeners' time, that's for sure. I've been reading this book about helping people, because obviously you guys can hear that's my thing, right? And I've chilled out, and here I am.
Lord's work.
But when you help people, you can also severely hurt them. I think, T, you and I have been down that road together where we've talked about that in people in our lives. I think you're a great, an amazing human being who is always present and always there and always willing to help. And we've had to talk about when we help people, sometimes we're hurting them in our approach. And, there's this large scale of that. So you guys brought up homeless people. It's the only reason I'm bringing this up is because, there's a way to absolutely harm them in our way of helping them. And this very luxury lifestyle we live to even be able to help people. And when we try to do that, are we spreading the good word or are we actually holding people down? And it's a really fascinating topic that's been swirling around in my head. And I think the three of us, Saif, I've watched you be a public servant for a very, very long time and be driven to work that you're in a constant state of hoping that you're making a difference and an impact and helping people. But we don't always know that. And T, you and I have been down, many, many personal roads of trying to save people in this world and save each other. And It's been something that's really been swirling around in my head. What is the parting thought? Okay, so Saif just got his out of the way. Okay, T, what's your parting? As we wrap up this episode, what's our cliffhanger to get everybody to come back for the next episode?
Why are you cutting us short?
Oh, I'm cutting us long, you guys. I'm cutting us long.
I'm going to cut us short later. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's T's job. I cut us long. He cuts us short.
We should do intros again.
Well, I definitely want to more thoroughly discuss aliens, not because we've hinted at it 18,000 times, but there's been more news about that since we last talked as well. There's been some fake bodies presented, some new evidence. I have my own theories on what we might be seeing. Do you think? All right, so you remember when Area 51 was first becoming a thing, and it was a hotbed of all these UFO sightings and everything, and a lot of it turned out to be undercover projects that were already being worked on, like the SR-71, right? Spy plane.
Are you about to hold on? Are you about to share a theory right now?
Yes.
No, then I'm gonna absolutely not. No, that's the next episode. What are you doing? Don't blow your whole load.
I need to give the people fucking something. I need to give the people something. Well, plus we're going to be discussing way more than just that. But fine.
So I'm also not the one who's going to cut us short. Saif is about to when he does actually break that microphone over there.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
What is?
I need you to not twist those so much. Oh my goodness. Okay.
This thing is so fragile. There's nothing I can do to it.
Well,
we promise that by our next episode, Saif will remember how to participate in them.
That's fair. Yeah.
There's nothing I can do. I can't win. I'm in a no-win
He looks
situation
like a toddler
there.
over there. It's fair.
Yeah, I love it. I love every little bit of it.
Yeah, I'm tethered to this thing.
The Epstein list is unrelated to aliens,
Okay.
unless
That's a conversation about power.
unless there's any aliens' names on the list. I don't know. I haven't seen the
maybe
list
that'll
yet.
be a 2-for episode, you guys.
Jimmy Buffett's name.
So maybe we go through the list and decide who we think is an alien.
And he's no longer living as well. So
that was
add that to the...
Oh, that was add him to the list. That was the big one I was thinking of. Was
It's
Jimmy Buffett?
God, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
And is he really on the list?
And did he die at 5
He would
o'clock?
hang. It's in Florida, Mar-a-Lago, right next door, right down the street from Mar-a-Lago.
So,
I'm shook.
Right down the street from Mar-a-Lago.
Okay, so T is shook. Saif is still trying to figure out how a microphone works. And so I think this just gives us a lot to work on for our audience.
I got
for the next
actual
episode.
goosebumps thinking about Jimmy on the island.
Mar-a-Lago.
That's terrible. It gives a whole new meaning to Margaritaville.
Wow. And that meaning will be discussed in a future episode.
Okay. Yes.
Guys, I just
you
wanted
would
to
like-
thank you all for coming and doing this with me. I know
Thank-
T was about to close us out, but
No. We can go as long as
as I let you, which is about right now.
right.
All right,
I know.
close it out.
I gotta take a piss.
Okay.
All right.
We're ending this.
You
so.
have fun with
Okay.
that. Thanks for joining us. Thank you to all of our listeners for joining us as well. We appreciate you tuning in to this recap of just kind of what's been going on in our lives, a little preview of what's to come. And if you care to interact with us at all on social media or find us anywhere, you can search for the Catch the Sky podcast. We do exist on X, technically still at CTS Terry or at I'm Dick Francisco. You can find Dick on Instagram at the Dick Francisco.
And I also want to just say that the use of time, like you guys make me think about this, and I think that's a good thing. And how I use my time, and if I use it appropriately, and if I'm wasting other people's time, and if I'm not giving enough of my own time, and I probably give myself willy-nilly, like I'm just out there, and it's not fair. And I'm sorry if I ever have misused your time. But I value this moment right now, and I love you guys. And I think we can make some fucking magic. Make some magic.